So I would rather drive in a snowstorm probably because that was scary. So anyhow, sorry we're late. It's my fault. I'll let you talk while I try to find this on my phone.
Where are you finding?
The video so I can see the chat.
Oh. Well, hi everybody. Good evening. We're really dark for some reason.
I think it's okay.
Okay. I think we're dark, but if you guys haven't seen, I'll show you an awesome poster that we have on our website.
Well, shoot your eye out, kid.
It's available in a couple different sizes, but we got this on the website yet. Don't know if you get it before Christmas anymore, but I also wanted to show you guys different colors of the trays that we had available. Just so you guys had different perspective on colors. So this is the darker blue one, the purple, the green. It's like an OD green type that we have. Teal. And then the gray that we have. Kind of looks black on there, but it's gray. The lighting's, but those are different colors. I didn't have the colors on the website at the time when I posted them, but now I'll have some. I'm gonna update the pictures.
I can't find it.
But
oh, here, found it. Oops, sorry.
Wow.
Okay. So, anywho, thanks everybody for hopping on. And thank you to Verna. She's our moderator. I think you added Ed as a moderator now too, right?
Yep. Ed got bait and Verna.
Yeah. They're also admins and moderators for Zach's channel and admins and moderators for some of the Quail groups on Facebook. So Newbie Quail Lovers is a really popular one on Facebook. Katrina and Verna are really super active in that one. I haven't been super active because I work retail, so life is a little crazy right now. So I'm keeping my head above water. And then we have Quail for Profit, which Brandon and I are admins of. And then we also have Bill from Flew the Coop Farms joins us on there. And then there's the Self-Sufficient Coturnix with Jasmine. There's Quail in the Kitchen with Verna and Brooke. So there's lots of really good stuff out there. So I'm sure Verna will be quickly posting those links because she's a ninja and she's cool like that. So if you want to join any of those groups, we would love to have you. Everybody's really great over there and very welcoming. So if you're not already in those groups, come find us. Let's see here.
Sorry, I just have to stack these others. They're gonna fall all over.
You're so noisy.
I know.
We'll see. I'm waiting on a message back from somebody. So we'll see if they get back to me. But we'll start off with the comments that I can see. Just trying to see when I can switch over to putting them on the screen. So first I have Ed. Hello, Ed. Be safe. That bad weather is headed your way. Yeah, we're in a tornado watch until 11 p.m. tonight, our time. It was really, really foggy. It's really, really warm, and it's supposed to be really, really windy. So obviously sounds like a combination for a tornado. So hopefully that doesn't happen because this doesn't sound like fun to me. But Verna says, evening, everyone. Hey, Brandon and Kristin. My eggs went into lockdown today. That's awesome. I think we sent Verna some cellies, right?
Yep.
So Verna has some cellies. Jasmine says, hello, friends. And then Jasmine said, good luck with those cute little WTF babies, Verna. I have some in the incubator. I actually have a ton of eggs in the incubator right now. LOL. The struggle is real. Lyndon Easton Waller is in the house. Says, hello, everybody. Let's see here. Feather and Shell said, came to give my like. Let me log back in on my regular account. BRB. Sounds good. Thanks for hopping on. Jasmine says, I have some celadons in the incubator, some jumbo, some WTF surprise, and 120 from my mixed flock of a little of everything. LOL. I'm going to have my hands full after Christmas. Yes, you are.
Awesome.
The other day I can't remember if we were putting chicks in the brooder or putting something in the lockdown or something. And I had like a very oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed moment, which happens a lot. But I was like, we are not setting any more eggs. And Brandon's like, I think we've got some eggs coming from my shire. I have these all set aside. I want to put into lockdown. I ordered some eggs from somewhere else to add some new blood to our celly line. Those came in yesterday, so I have to set those tonight. And I'm like, so much for not setting any more eggs. So it's an addiction. It could be drugs, and it's not. So,
It is drugs.
S.O. Swanson said, like a bad penny, I have returned.
It's a quail drug.
It is. Quail are drugs. Quail drugs. James says, hello, Verna, Jasmine, WTF. Everybody is saying hello to everybody else. Ed says, hi all, hope everyone is safe. Jesse Mills is here, says, good evening, everyone. Hello, Jesse.
Good evening.
S.O. Swanson said, hey, cuz, Ed, Jasmine, Linda, and James, and anyone else hiding in here. And then James said, Jasmine, do you ever not have something cooking in your baiter? Touche. Verna says, Jasmine, I have some jumbo pharaohs and jumbo white wing pie going in later this week. Now I can throw these up on the screen.
White wing pharaoh.
Your what hurts?
White wing pharaoh.
What did I say?
Pied.
Oh, I'm sorry. Words are hard. It's been a really long, you have no idea. I haven't even told you. It's been a long day. Anywho. Ro S is here from Canada. Hello, hello. What the Quail Farm is here. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thanks for coming. Linda said, Jasmine, how many quail do you have at your place? Do you still hatching eggs or live birds? And Jasmine said, I'm thinking about building a second aviary for my celadons. Deciding where to put it is the question. My honey-do list is ever growing. Poor Mr. Bass. Chad Berry Hill is here. Hello, hello. Verena's saying hello. Everybody else is saying hello. Sorry. I'm a hot mess today. S.O. Swanson said, I'm waiting on a package from the post office. Sure is taking a sweet time.
Yeah.
All this Christmas traffic has caused it to be late. Glad I didn't order any eggs. Yeah. About that. So if you guys didn't see, we were doing a Christmas hatch along, and we had, I don't know, quite a few orders, but there were probably 3 or 4 orders that did not. Now I sent them early so that they even had a couple days leeway. And some people did not receive their eggs even in time to set them for the hatch along, which makes me very, very sad. So I guess these people probably have New Year's chicks instead of
not New Year's.
Christmas chicks. It seems like it. Some
a couple
of them
days
were almost
after Christmas.
Yeah, I feel awful. But I think everybody orders online nowadays, and it's gotten a lot worse, I think, since COVID, and just UPS or USPS is overwhelmed, and some of the stuff didn't even get scanned. It said that we created the label, and then all of a sudden it showed up at people's houses, and some of them it shows we dropped them off at our post office, but then all of a sudden they showed up. We had some that were delivered that never even said they were delivered. It's anxiety, man. So anyhow, I hear you. Yes, I'm also glad you didn't order eggs because it's stressful.
Well, he ordered trays.
Well, those aren't gonna go bad, and
no.
So, oh my, what did you do, Verna? Other than a swollen, bruised left hand, middle finger, I'm great. LOL. Has it been getting a workout, Verna, or why is it what is happening? Why is your middle finger swollen? Oh man. Oh yeah, see, I'm not the only one thinking that. What the Quail Farm said, did you give someone the middle finger? Chad says she gave them the bird. All right, so the verdict is in. Was scrubbing the wall behind the cage and ran into a staple.
Ooh.
Ouch. Ooh, I hope you're... Oof. Ouch. Kelly is here from Feather Connections. I ordered eggs and they just got here. It took a full week to get here, but such is life. No one's fault. It's just a busy time of year. Glad I got the eggs and was excited to see if they hatch. Yes, and just a reminder that we also guarantee a 50% hatch rate. So if anybody, even if it's USPS's fault, it's really annoying, but we will for sure get you taken care of. So if you have any issues, please let us know. Otis is here and says, hello, everyone. I also put some non-turned eggs into lockdown. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Like I said, long day. Brenda said, love your hat. Thank you. I wasn't going to wear it on the show, but I wore it all day at work and I took it off and I was like, nope, I have hat hair, so that is staying on. What the Quail Farm says, I need that poster. Yes, there's a very, I don't know what to say. Some weirdo in our house took that picture and really liked it, and we made it into a poster. And
we made it a poster because somebody asked. They're like, that's cool. It'd be cool. It'd be a poster. So
yeah,
and I kind of thought it would be too. I just didn't have time to hang it up.
We don't usually name our quail, but I decided to name him Ralphie because
you know who this quail is?
Yeah, it's Ralphie, obviously. Because
where's the quail at?
I don't know. It's back in a bin. I don't know which one it is.
In one of the cages.
It's a temporary name. So I named him Ralphie because, like, from A Christmas Story. But Ralphie, keep your eyes peeled. You might be seeing more of him. Okay, he looks incredibly fat when you do that to the poster. Even if you don't do that to the poster, he was a hefty dude, which is why I picked him. So Swanson, that poster would make a great calendar. It sure would. So Swanson, teal looks light blue. Yeah, our lighting in here is super weird because we've got like blue lights up over there, a white light there, pink one over there, orange over there.
It's kind of light blue, but it's
here maybe
it's more. Well, I can pull my flashlight out of my pocket.
Oh, let me blind you all. Sorry.
Well, that's really blinding.
Yeah.
The cameras are really gonna mess up. I don't know. It's kind of a tealish blue.
Sorry, guys. We can post pictures too that are like more accurate.
I will have pictures on the website of the different colors.
With and without eggs, right? Eggs not included, guys.
No, these ones won't have eggs in them. I don't feel like putting eggs in them.
Long story. Anyhow, we learned a lesson. Let's see here. The La Rochelle Farm says hello. Hello. Nice of you to join us. Thank you. Oh my gosh, what were we watching? Was it Chris? So Zach finally has been able to say the La Rochelle Farm, and I have finally managed. You're almost there. And poor Chris has a really hard time saying it. He'll get there. Just give him a couple weeks, I'm sure. So it is quite a tongue twister. So Jasmine said, Mr. Bass is handling dinner tonight, so not sure. Jennifer Meyer says, did you start out sales by the seat of your pants or did you have some type of business plan? I'm gathering eggs to hatch for a breeder set. I think breeder set. Not sure how I feel about letting my babies go. So this whole thing kind of started on accident. Not really on accident. So you saw shaking. I started this because I was interested in quail and I kind of fell in love with the idea of it. And I was like, oh, I'll just start with like 25 quail. But then it came to like, I needed to pick out colors. And I think I started with 60 eggs. Something
that was 120.
Yeah, because I couldn't pick a color. I couldn't pick just one, So we hatched those out and then we kind of kept breeding them and stuff. And then we had a local swap here and I'm like, let's take them. I had been to swaps as a buyer before for like chickens and stuff. And I know that people had like guinea hens and all that. And I'm like, yeah, why not take some quail? And we took our quail there and we took maybe 30 to 40.
Took, I think, 60.
I suppose with
first one.
chicks and everything, yeah. And we're like, well, if we sell what we sell, that's cool. And we sold out within like 2 hours. I was like, oh, these people really want our quail. And I was like, okay, so we kind of by the seat of our pants, I guess is the short answer. But then Brandon was like, okay, well, you need to get your stuff together here, because I was just doing it kind of as a hobby, but wanted to like share them. And Brandon is like, okay, well, we need to be smart about this. And so he's kind of like my CFO. Like, I'm the founder and he's the CEO. I don't know. He's the businessman and I'm just the animal lover that kind of started by accident. So as far as letting your babies go, I guess the most important thing to remember is that you're just sharing them with somebody else and helping them become self-sufficient. So just make sure that they know you're there for them if they have any questions or anything like that. So yeah, you should be, I know it's hard, but you should be proud of yourself. Ed says, Verna's the queen. I'm just a jester. That's funny. James says, question, how many eggs do those trays hold? Do they hold big jumbo eggs? Price. So the ones Brandon just showed, those hold 30. We also sell 15 whole. And yes, he did modify them to make sure they fit jumbos, and they fit the regular ones just fine too. They do both really, really well.
Yeah, and I modify these because we sold some previously, and a few people said that the height wasn't enough, so I've made them a little higher so the eggs
weren't so tippy.
Yeah, they stand up a little more.
Yeah.
The 30 counts are $15 each, and the 15 count is $8. And they're on our website.
Yes. And we can also do, you just have to ask ahead of time. We can also add some customizations and stuff. So like ours say Whiskey Tango Farms on them. However, we just did a bunch for Battleborn Urban Farm, and we put their name on there for them. And we sent some out to somebody else as well. And I put a special little design on there that I wanted to put on there for the recipient. And I was really excited about that. But I don't really know if they're okay with me sharing the detail or not. But I hope they say something because I really want to share it. So anywho, yeah, they're awesome. Like, even Dale from Dale's Quail said that, like, because we sent him some duck egg holders.
Yeah, I made some duck ones, and
he said his wife is like over the moon, like that.
Yeah, they were storing the duck eggs on the counter, and they had no counter space. And now they have, I think he ordered 6 or 7 duck trays, and now they have them stacked on the counter. And yeah, they were happy to have counter space again in their kitchen.
It's really nice to be able to stack them upwards. And I really like the 30 count because obviously we have like a lot of eggs, but I also like the 15 count because it's so skinny. So you just like push them to the back of the counter and you still have a lot of counter space. So it's nice.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact dimensions, but I think the 30 counts are roughly 7-inch by 7-inch. And then the 15 counts are 7-inch by, I think, 4.5 or 4, something like that.
They're all like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What the Quail Farm said, hi. What the Quail Farm said, hi, WTF. I just watched your eggnog video. How was it?
There's none left.
Amazing. Yeah. So I actually had some more eggnog. It was last week when we did is that when we did our live with Dale? It seems so long ago. Did we skip a week?
No.
So ready for the holidays to be over, you guys. So ready. I'm pooped.
It was great. I definitely would try that eggnog.
You don't want to hear about how tired I am. Yeah. S.S. Swanson said, don't forget Quail Call. So Quail Call is a group for, like the little tagline after it says, for quail keepers or quail lovers past the newbie stage. So there's lots of really good info in there too, which is really nice because I know, like me personally, I'm always a little hesitant to post some like more advanced stuff in the newbie group because I don't want somebody logging on to something that says newbie and then we're talking about like genetics or like illnesses or I don't know, whatever, like something that might overwhelm somebody else because I don't want them to be like, oh my God, I can't do this and like just hightail it the other direction. So I think that's great to have too. And in typical Verna fashion, she has all of the links posted in the chat, so please check those out. She has newbie quail lovers, self-sufficient quail, quail call. Yeah, for quail lovers past the newbie stage. Oh yeah. And then there's the quail egg auction group where Zach sells or auctions his eggs. I think he usually does like Fridays and Saturdays, but sometimes he does Saturdays and Sundays. I think it kind of depends on like what they have going on. But it's kind of fun because you can get some really good deals and you can get some like surprise eggs and stuff. So we have some surprise eggs and I'm trying to figure some of them out. Some cool colors in there. And I'm like, what did he do to get this? It's kind of fun, like trying to figure out the puzzle. So, but of course, like a lot of that stuff though is years in the making. So it's not as simple to figure out as some would think. Verna also has the Quail for Profit. Here Jasmine said they do hold jumbo eggs. I have 5 of the 15 count egg trays and I love them. I need 30 count ones now. Yeah, Jasmine actually got some of the only, probably won't make any more, wood ones. So the wood filament was really neat. She posted pictures in one of the groups. I can't remember which. I apologize.
I think it was the Quail in the Kitchen group. She posted a picture of something that she was making
recently.
Yeah, and the tray was in the picture.
But she also, or maybe did she only send those to us? I also saw like the staining process.
Yeah, she sent those just to us.
Oh, and they're really cool. But the problem with the wood filament is it like destroys the nozzle on the 3D printer.
Yeah, they're very
it makes me sad.
Abrasive. And
yeah, I can't even convince him to make me one. So
well, I don't have any wood filament.
Maybe I'll get my own 3D printer to trash. And
maybe
just make my own.
Maybe I'll gift you one. There's a big one on the floor I don't use.
I thought that one had a broken logic board.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, okay, dibs.
I updated the firmware and it works now. But I was thinking about making other things out of it that are bigger.
Oh, Quail in the Kitchen. Oh my gosh. If you are hungry, do not visit that page. It's dangerous. But there's like some really good ideas. I saw you tagged me in something in there, but I didn't get a chance to look at it.
Our live.
Oh. That's awkward. I didn't look at it, obviously. I just like it. And I'm so sorry. Like if anybody has messaged me and I'm not like getting back to you, it is not personal. It's because my stuff gets buried. And I think sometimes too, like if I'm working with a client or something and like a notification comes through, I'll sometimes like just flick it away because I'm like, I don't need other people reading my messages and stuff. And then I forget to go back and look at them. So if you text me or message me and I didn't respond, just message me back and be like, hey lady, hey, and I'll get back to you. So I'm sorry.
Hey grill, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
I said grill, but you know.
Grill. Yeah. Oh, you're so funny. Bree, hello, says, what is your plan if power goes out, especially backup plans for chicks, incubators, brooders?
You got a generator.
Mm-hmm. We should probably get another one because just thinking about the sheer amount that we have.
Right now, yeah.
We've definitely upped our number.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. I mean, honestly, if we really had to, because we have a lot of them like separated out by like color and stuff. If we really had to, like if their lives depended on it, we could put a lot of them together so they can at least huddle together to keep warm and stuff. Yeah. And I guess a good idea would be like, say you have the generator going and you don't have enough to power all the lights and stuff. You
can just put the generator inside the quail barn and close the door, and the exhaust from the generator will heat it
and kill them all.
Just kidding.
I was gonna say something about like if you could. I guess it depends. Like if you have a gas stove, you can still light it with a lighter, right? So you could boil some water and put like a rock in there or something and then put that in the brooder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously you'd want to make it not too hot though.
There's ways.
Yeah.
Just water bottles.
Just gotta,
and put warm water bottles in there.
It would just be a matter of like warming it up. But yeah. So you just kind of think outside the box. Do we have a set backup plan? No. Just the generator and then probably mass chaos. Because that's my life. The La Rochelle farm says, Jasmine, sounds like you're going to be swarmed by quail. I would say that's better than bees, but she would probably like that too. It wouldn't be a death sentence. So,
Kelly's yelling at us.
Why?
She said, what the farm?
WTF. Do you have a safe place to go if there's a tornado? I saw it's near your area and have been worried. Yes. So, funny story.
Yeah, in our basement.
We don't have a basement. We live on a slab. So the last time we had a tornado warning, we were like, I think the kids were in bed and we were down here or something.
That was when the tornado was like only a half mile from our house.
Yeah.
Or so.
I think we were all upstairs. And so I woke the kids up. I said, go downstairs and go to the bathroom. Because we have a little bathroom down here that has no windows or anything, and it's probably the safest. So I come down here, and my daughter is standing out here in her pajamas, like in the middle of the kitchen. And I'm like, what are you doing? Go to the bathroom. And she's like, Preston's in the bathroom. I'm like, what do you mean he's in the bathroom? And I open the door, and he's
going potty.
Is going potty. And I'm like, okay, I should have been better with my words. I meant go into the bathroom, not like go potty to the bathroom. So anyhow, we quickly found that little half bath, quarter bath, whatever that is,
it's a quarter
bath, is not enough to fit 4 of us, 3 cats, and a dog. So we moved to the laundry room. And then in typical Midwest fashion, we locked the kids. Well, we didn't lock them in. We closed the door in the laundry room with the cats and dog, and then we stood outside and watched the storm. So.
Yep.
Anywho. Verna says, Tickle Trunk is concerned about your safety. Yes. Kelly said, haha, it's an addiction. It could be drugs. But it's not, though. Yes. Exactly. Freedom Quail Farm says hello from Colorado. Hello. I was born in Colorado. I don't really remember it. I remember our house and the grocery store and the backyard. And that's about it. Jasmine says, love the festive gear. Thank you. Just hiding my hat hair. Ed Got Bait says, Brandon, wife wants to know where you got that shirt you're wearing. Oh, I bought that for him. It was from the American Gun Association.
I have no idea. Does it say on the tag?
No, it says Delta Soft.
Yeah.
What's your other arm? Does it say
nope,
AGM?
It doesn't say.
I think it was from the American Gun Association. But now that I think about it, so I just be careful on what card you use. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know. I had a debit card number stolen shortly after I got that. It may not have been related. I don't know. What the Quail Farm says, I had my first quail death today. I think it either got too cold or hit its head. So sad. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It is hard, especially like if you can't really figure out what it was. We had, and unfortunately what bird was that? I think it was like a sandy or something. It was a color like that we hadn't had before, and I haven't had it since. And it was a male, and it was out in the chicken barn because that's all we had at the time. And I had the door to the chicken barn open, and it stormed, and I think the storm or thunder like scared him because I went out there to close up, put them to bed or whatever, like the storm was done, and he was in there and he was dead, and he was like stillborn, like he had just died. So I think he jumped and he hit his head, like even though we had the right height and stuff.
Say those cages are only like 10 inches, so.
Yeah, so I don't know how he got enough, or maybe he just had a heart attack. That could be too. I don't know, but yeah, he died. It was just like more of a shock. So, Johnny says hello, everyone. Hello. Thanks for
you were the cat.
That was my stomach. Thanks for pointing it out.
Oh.
I'm hungry. Okay.
Nice to meet you, Hungry. I'm Brandon.
You see what I have to put up with, you guys? I've got bases. USPS sucks. Yeah, sometimes they do. But sometimes so does UPS and FedEx. So, I mean, pick your poison, right?
I did find out that our post office is short-staffed because somebody's sick or something.
Isn't everybody short-staffed?
No, but I mean, they're down a man per 2.
Which they don't have
Or
a very
woman.
big, they don't have
I
a
don't
very
know
big
who
crew
was,
to
but
begin with.
No.
So that's actually like, and that's what we're running.
I mean, that doesn't really, give a reason why the packages were late to other places, though, because a lot of times they were sitting in other
probably because they're
locations.
short-staffed too.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's frustrating for sure. And then sometimes people don't realize like why they can't get presents or whatever, and then it's like my fault.
It is your fault.
It's always my fault. So far, knock on wood, I haven't ruined any Christmases personally this year, so that's good. But there's still another week and a half till Christmas. I'm sure I'll
10 days.
Yeah. Usually I've ruined one by now, though. Whatever. Jasmine says, darn UPS. Holidays and COVID is to be blamed. Won't be ordering hatching eggs before the holidays again. Hee. Maybe you guys could do an Easter hatch long in the spring. Yeah, so I was actually thinking about that. As excited as I was and everything to do this, I don't know that we'll do it again. Like, we might do a hatch along where I'll tell people, right, like if anything, I would tell people like, hey, set your eggs on this day and we'll do, like whatever. But I don't know that we'll sell eggs specifically for a hatch along. And it sucks because it wasn't even, we shipped them out December 4th. So I really thought that was going to be early enough. And it's weird because I think it probably depended on the area. Some people got theirs in 2 days, like they were supposed to. And some people got theirs after like a week. And I was like, it's crazy. So I think probably after Thanksgiving is not safe. And I just feel bad because like having that, I think like it's okay to sell eggs during this time, but not if it's
okay.
Like if somebody's like, oh, I need them by this exact day, for sure, I probably wouldn't. I'd be like, well, you should wait then. Like
they're still good. So.
What the Quail Farm says, are your eggs from my Shire hens? Yes and no. So we have a
diverse bloodline.
Yeah, we have blood from all over. I can think of at least 5 places. Probably more. Now 6 because I ordered some more in. And I'm sure there's more. So
I say just some of the stuff that I know.
Oh, you have some separate stuff too.
Yeah.
Although we haven't mixed those.
No, we haven't mixed mine
with our breeding flock, like our WTF quail. He has his BLK collection quail that like kind of like his hutch that he kind of experiments with.
There's special stuff.
Yeah, they have. Yours are very diverse.
Yeah, I have.
Because you have everything.
I have 4 or 5 bloodlines in there alone.
Right.
That's well, just in all quail stuff that I have, all different birds.
You have a lot of cool stuff going on in there. So. Sorry, excuse me. Thurston Stout says, hey, guys from Scottsville, Kentucky. Hello. Thanks for joining us. James says, what does your shirt say? Oh, it says Leinenkugels. It's a beer out of Wisconsin. We are not related. Dale said, good evening, everyone. Everything's strapped, weighed, and tied down here in Wisconsin. Is it
good idea?
Is it funny that when he said strapped, I was thinking like, say strapped or get clapped, not like
where are you from?
Not like strapped down. I meant like, have your gun ready to go. Hey, but if the power goes out, sometimes people will like pilfer and stuff. Loot, that's the word. Sorry. So yeah, sometimes you should. That happened a couple of years ago here, and I went and I took food to my aunt who lived across town, and I walked in and she had her firearm all ready to go. I'm like, oh, how you doing? She's like, oh, I can hold my own. I'm like, I see that. So I love her. She's the sweetest. Jasmine says, Ralphie, love it. Yes, thank you.
Kick his booty.
Yeah, we got the Quail killer getting into some shenanigans over here. Sorry. Everybody's saying just hello. Jasmine said, praying all the prep is for nothing, Dale. Stay safe. Yeah, I don't know if it's, I haven't really looked at the weather to see if it's supposed to be the same badness here and there. Hopefully it's nothing. We're all just like overreacting. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. He's in a box. The cat, there's a box of moonshine on the floor. Mr. Moonshine, actually, I sent this Jasmine. I was cleaning the brooders and I put the chicks in another like stereo.
Oh,
Now
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Giving these poor people an earthquake. We're a hot mess. We're not like everybody else is like Zach and Chris. They're all like professional. We're just like a hot mess. But whatever. We are. That's just who we are. So I turned around. It took me like 15 seconds to dump the shavings out or something. Like I just literally went outside, dumped them out, and came back inside. And Moonshine was not like looking over the edge of the brooder. He was in the brooder with the quail, and they're all like in the corner. And
he was hunting them.
He was hunting them, and then he saw me come around the corner, and he hissed at me. He has never hissed at me, but I think he knew that I was going to yell at him.
Why?
Yeah, he's like, crap, I got caught.
I was going to get some fresh food.
Yeah. So I caught him in the act, a little stinker.
Yeah, he was after some
fresh meat.
Yeah.
Jennifer said we need a quail calendar. Yeah, I agree. Dale said, yeah, we do need a quail calendar. Agreed. The La Rochelle Farm says, say it once with me, Brandon. The La Rochelle Farm. Here. The La Rochelle Farm. See, now do it 3 times fast. That I won't do.
La Rochelle Farm.
The La Rochelle Farm. The La Rochelle Farm. The La Rochelle Farm. Next. Your turn.
Nope.
What the Quail Farm said, hi, Dale's Quails. Just watch your brooder build from Papa, the builder of things. Pretty cool. Yes. Yes. Agreed. Jasmine says, what type of inclement weather prep do you have to do for the quail, rabbits, and other birds on the farm? What type of inclement? If you mean like, we like winterize everything. Sorry.
But as far as like summer storms and wind, everything's pretty much strapped down besides the rabbit hutch. If that wanted to take off, it could take off.
I don't know that it really would though. So like right now we have plastic like stapled on it and tarps and stuff. So it like if it got actually that is a little concerning now thinking about it because we usually don't get like 70-mile-per-hour winds in the winter like this.
Otherwise, my hutches are
they're actually stapled
they're screwed
to the fence.
Yeah. And then the fence cemented into the ground. So
yeah, but the hutch I don't think would really take off per se.
That thing would blow over in a 5-mile-per-hour wind because that blue one is kind of narrow. It's very top heavy.
Oh, your quail hutch, you mean?
Yeah.
I meant the rabbit hutch.
Yeah, I don't think the rabbit hutch will go anywhere.
Because there's nothing really for it to, because it's all open, like with the cages and stuff, usually. And then as far as the quail, so the quail in the quail barn, they're fine. Like they're in the quail barn.
And that thing's made out of pallets. It's not going to go anywhere.
With insulation and a roof and whatever. But then out in the grow out barn.
It was funny. We actually had a downpour. I was out there doing some chores this evening, and it started downpouring.
Oh, it rained here.
Yeah, and I had no idea. Like, I kind of heard it inside the quail barn, and it's got a metal roof. Like, you would think you'd hear it like downpouring on the roof.
Insulated though.
But yeah, with the insulation, I couldn't hear.
Well, between that and the quail making noise in there.
They don't make that much noise.
I don't know. Sometimes when they get going, like if they really get going.
They don't yell at me. They know me. They love me.
Well, me too.
I feed and water them. They love me.
Yeah, but sometimes, okay, so if the light is off and I turn the light on.
Well, yeah, then they get freaked out.
Yeah, exactly. Anywho. But out in the chicken barn for the grow out pens, all I do is make sure I close the door so that they don't get scared and die of a heart attack again, like that other one that I just talked about.
It's good to know, Dale.
Is the recipient me?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Oh, no. Well, I was talking about the special design on the tray. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I'm making you something else. No, I feel bad.
No. No, somebody special ordered these.
Well, sort of. And Copy says, "Hi, Tickle Trunk Kelly." That's just your name now. It's just not. It's not Kelly. It's not Feather Connections. It's Tickle Trunk. Kelly Quail Keepers says, "I'm saying hey to all. Hope everyone is staying safe and warm. Actually, dusted snow here at 1,000 feet. Very rare. Interesting. Because yeah, out in California, gee whiz." What the Quail Farm says, "I'm still too new to do genetics and colors yet. My focus is to grow healthy birds first." Well, that's good because honestly, if you think about it, that is the most important part in my opinion, especially like looking at it from a self-sufficiency standpoint. I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is just like having good records and making sure you can breed brother to sister for most quail and not have any issues
for a few generations.
If you have something that's kind of like a newish mutation or there's not very many out there, I would be more careful. So honestly, just keeping good track of everything. And I don't know, honestly, some of the mixed colors are the most fun, like because they're so unique and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I get this? And you can kind of like backtrack and figure it out if you want, or like
I got a unique color out of one of my blue hutches.
Like even if you don't try to backtrack and figure it out, you're like, oh my gosh, I have this beautiful bird, and that's it. You just have a beautiful bird. When it's time to get eaten, it'll taste wonderful. Like just don't overthink it. So
yeah, they all taste like quail.
Yep. The ones that I forgot how Ed worded it. It doesn't matter if it poops a blue egg or a spotted egg, they taste the same, which is true. The egg tastes the same and the quail. So Jasmine said, "Well, now I feel special." Good. You got like kind of the one of a kind. Let Brandon get a laser. You two have been talking, haven't you? Have you guys been talking? Oh,
it's his fault.
Oh, it's your fault, huh? Oh my god! If I have to,
it's on its way.
What? You know what? Santa is quitting. Santa's done. I would take my hat off, but you guys don't want to see that. No! Don't do that.
It's better than my hair.
Oh, look, it's just as flat as usual. But see, like, I got this, like, weird.
Looks fine.
Sure. Anywho, you're lucky I love you and you're cute.
Oh, no.
Anyhow, if I have to listen to one more laser video.
What do you mean? Laser videos?
I think I'm just Chuck is here. Chuck Yonk says, "You are special, Jasmine." Heck yes, she is.
You all are special.
Yes. I agree. Gary Miller. I am so sorry. Gary Miller. That's not even hard to say. I just slaughtered it. Hello from North Carolina Whiskey Tango Farms and Berna, Ed Got Bait, and the rest of the Quail family and friends. Question: how often do quail molt? Any certain season or any time? I haven't. Well, you had. I think our pearls at one point molted, and then those other ones molted that we're working on, and then of course, okay. So I had posted that I wanted to get rid of our Tibetans Rosettas. What? Our Tibetans
I was just laughing
Rosettas
about it.
and Graufies. And I was like, if you want eggs, order them now. We're culling these in 2 weeks or whatever. Those little turds must have like logged into Facebook and Reddit or something. And they're like, I'm going to quit laying eggs. And they like all started molting. And I'm like, and there was a customer that ordered a bunch of them. And I'm like, hey, so I'm super sorry. I don't have your eggs. Hopefully in a week. And like 2 weeks later, actually, I think it was like 3 weeks. It was awful. Like, I was so upset. So yeah, I don't know how often they molt. Those ones were, they were kind of oldish. They were like 9 months old. And that was in like September, nope, October, probably October or November. So, but the other ones didn't. So I'm trying to think, like even our chickens, they don't all molt at the same time. They don't molt. I don't know. I'm not sure what causes it actually. If anybody knows, I'd be interested. I think they just molt when they feel like being jerks. That's what causes it. Jerkism. Dale says, thanks, SO. We are all prepped and good to go. Just going to potentially be a long night when the power drops. I hope not. Callie Quail Keepers said, appreciate if everyone snap a simple pic of how you use quail in the kitchen and post. It helps the community. Thanks ahead of time. Yes. And oh my goodness, Verna posted, I don't think she posted a picture, but she posted the recipe. It was like garlic and blue cheese.
Stuffed quail?
Yes. Oh my God. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. So amazing. Sounds amazing. Verna answer said, hello, Gary Miller. I think they, what?
Oh, keep going.
I think they molt twice a year. Are you reading ahead?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Just the next one.
Interesting fact for when the power goes out. Body temp for cats is 100.4, just saying. So what are you getting at here? You stick the cat in the brooder or you stick the quail in the cat?
Cat in the brooder.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know how long they would last. I guess if you put the cat in the brooder, the quail will end up in the cat, I guess. Cats love them to eat. Yep, Moonshine agrees. The little stinker. That is his favorite. His favorite is fresh quail chicks. And
Gotta switch him to a raw quail diet.
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of research about raw food diets. So I can say it right?
What?
About Nano?
I don't care.
Okay, so we are getting a Great Dane for Brandon because of his like back and leg and whatever, like for stability. We're getting a Great Dane, and they're huge. And I kind of blame Zach and Jenna. Not really. Well, so when we went to QuailCon and Maggie was there, their Great Dane, and like she was the sweetest, like gentle giant ever. And like I realized like the height for her was perfect for him to like just set his hand on. And sometimes he gets like kind of off balance or whatever with his leg and back, or his back becomes fatigued. And I was like, oh, maybe there's something to this. So we were like looking at Spanish Mastiffs and whatever. And we did all this research. He did a lot of research, like finding out the difference between like European Great Danes and American Great Danes. And we did a lot of asking around for different breeders and stuff. And we found one that the father was a European.
He's 50%, yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, they had the correct like body structure to have a really good potential to be a service dog for him for stability and stuff. And I've been looking at like special harnesses and like all this stuff. But now we're in all these like Facebook groups for Great Danes and like watching them drink from the sink. Like they'll turn the water on for themselves and drink from the sink. And then like this one like was mad because it wasn't the right angle and whatever. So anyhow, we're also trying to figure out how to feed this beast. And so we're looking into like raw food, and it's a lot like genetics where everybody has an opinion and they're the only one that's right, which we were warned about. But we've learned a lot about like nutrition and stuff and trying to figure out what's going to be best for our family and our dog and stuff. And then we're also testing some of it out with Latte or a Corgi, but of course that's a small dog versus a very large dog, so there's going to be different needs. And then we're Elvis here is a sick old boy, so we give him special food, and it's a long thing, but I forgot how I got on this subject. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we've been learning a lot about food and stuff.
I have no idea.
That was a squirrel moment. And then, Brooke from Cali Quail Keeper says, and to all who have already posted on Quail in the Kitchen, fabulous, and I'm so thankful. Yes, you guys are wonderful. And then Verna said we both are, so Verna just means she's thankful too. And then what the Quail Farm says, does anyone save their quail feathers for crafts? Yes, I actually have a whole box of them, but I haven't done anything with them. So I really wanted to make, I'm sorry, you guys have probably already heard this story if you've been with us for a while. I didn't know until I had already decided to get quail that my grandma used to keep quail, and she kept Coturnix, which is weird because in this area, everybody has bob whites, especially back then. Now there's a bunch of Coturnix because of us, like in this area specifically. But I felt like she was kind of like on my shoulder telling me to get into it. And so I really wanted to make something to put out by like her grave or her tombstone. But I'm trying to figure out like how to weatherproof it because I don't want it getting all gross and weird. And so I was like looking at like wreaths with feathers and egg shells and whatever. But so yeah, I have a whole box of them, but I haven't done anything. And then Laura from F&E Quail Farm here in Wisconsin, she showed me she actually makes jewelry out of some feathers and stuff like in epoxy, and it's really pretty. Somebody else posted, I think it was in the Self-Sufficient Coturnix, like some jewelry that they made and stuff. It was really pretty. Like it looked like it's not like, it's really nice. Like, yeah, you can do some pretty cool stuff.
You're not gonna read Ed's?
What? Well, at the Quail Farm, I wish I had saved some.
Yeah, some feathers. Doesn't tell him he can, let me know.
Yeah, I'll send you some feathers. It's not like it'll cost a lot.
Yeah, it'd be a stamp.
Yeah. Chuck says, evening all. Finally got moved, so we'll have to start back with the quail. As of the past several weeks, I have been birdless. Oh, that sounds awful. Let me fix that for you.
He said in his next, he's looking for jumbos.
Yeah, I think
we have
I
jumbos.
Stick to jumbo pharaohs if I can find them. So yeah, we have jumbo pharaohs, jumbo Egyptians. Our fab fees are fat.
Yeah, you can message us. I don't remember if we added them back to the website like we were supposed to.
Probably not, because I don't remember doing it.
No, but we have some available. If you want to hit us up.
Yeah.
Or I'll make sure I put it on the website.
Honestly, I would wait till probably after Christmas, to be honest with you. Because I don't think that the mail is going to get any better. We have some available now, but we'll probably just set those, to be honest. Even though I just literally said that we weren't going to set any more eggs.
Set all the eggs.
At least it's not a drug. Quail is drugs. Quail are drugs. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Jasmine said, what the Quail Farm? I want to make some ornaments with the quail feathers. I have seen people make them with pheasant feathers and like grouse feathers. So it's totally doable. I've seen people just take like a regular round ornament and then they use, I don't know if they use like Mod Podge or something to stick the feathers on there. But it's really soft and pretty. I feel like my cats would really destroy the tree then. It was already teetering the other day. Ooh, yeah, thanks, Jasmine. She's doing our job for us. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, people. Yes, please like and subscribe. Share our videos. We are up to 533 subscribers, which blows my mind. That's not like being monetized or anything, because that's not like why we're doing this or anything, but like it makes me really happy to know that like cats are fighting. It makes me like I don't know, I'm so happy like that people are watching our stuff like and getting something from it. So thank you. So yeah, keep sharing our stuff and get the word out. We would appreciate it. Chuck said hello. Jasmine, hope all is well in the show me state.
Mm-hmm.
What's that mean?
Missouri. It's the show me state.
What's that mean?
I don't know, but it's always been known as the show me state.
So we're the dairy state and they're the show me state?
Yeah.
Like show
I don't know where it comes from.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not well versed in anything.
Hmm.
I don't know anything.
Sure. Chad says if you guys I can't speak. Why am I reading tonight? Chad Berryhill says if you guys like watching storms, we can arrange for y'all to come down here. We can go storm chasing.
It'd be kind of cool.
That would be. If my kids were in a safe place, I would be okay with it. Jesse says, welcome back, Chuck. Jasmine said, what the quail farm, any suggestions for the glue to use with quail feathers? Yeah, I actually don't know, so we'll see if there's an answer down below. I want to say people probably use Mod Podge if I had to guess, but I don't know. That's just because Mod Podge is made for everything. Berna said Franklin, Ohio post office is just lazy, and we have the I don't give a dang attitude. Yeah, I hear ya. Berna said hatch long should be done for Valentine's Day. Yeah, we'll just do a hatch long for every holiday. Let's just do it.
Next year for my birthday.
Chad Bear Hill said E6000. Not sure how well it works with feathers. I feel like that would make them really like. Maybe not. That'd be fun to try like just different glue types and see what works best. Callie Quail Keeper says Easter hatch long would be adorable.
I already planned on doing an Easter one.
Yeah. When I messaged Jenna and I was like, hey, like, what do you guys think about it? Chris's hatch long, and she said that they used to do Easter hatch longs and stuff too, like way back when. Verna said Easter I will be selling dozens upon dozens of dyed eggs. LOL. Yeah, I've seen pictures of Verna posting the dyed eggs and like the color on top of the like brown and dark brown speckles is really pretty. It'd be fun to dye some Selly eggs and see what kind of cool colors you would get. What the Quail Farm says Blazer Bond is great for feathers. I've never heard of that. Have you? Mm-hmm. Blazer Bond? I'll check it out. Sorry. Excuse me. Kelly said, Brooke, great idea. Easter's way less busy to get eggs sent out. Yeah, and that's actually like, since it's in the spring, that would be a good time. It's a good temperature. Everybody's looking to get their eggs and birds anyways. Ed Got Bait says, high temp hot glue should work great. Plus, if you have a damp cloth, you can make it cool faster. Ed is like the king of random cool crafts. If you haven't seen my what is it called? What's the egg called? The egg necklace that he made me?
Yeah.
What is that called? Metal plating. Stupid lasers. Anyhow, electroplating. Was that it?
Yep.
Yes. Electroplated quail egg necklace is really cool. Kelly Quail Keeper says, Kelly, kids would be ecstatic. Goes with the whole chicken egg theme. Yes. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh.
It's because I just did it.
I know. I think we're just like passing it back and forth. As said, also, if you all don't know it, rubbing alcohol breaks the bond of hot glue. I did not know that, and that is probably handy to know. And what the Quail Farm also said that they did not know that. S.L. Swanson said our area did not prepare, and we paid for it. Luckily, not in my immediate area. Yeah. Oh, are you talking about all those tornadoes from before? That was awful. Just watching the video of that, like the news coverage, is nuts. I'm glad you're okay. Jess email says the rain part of the storm just hit here in Iowa. Hopefully you stay dry. Verna posted, sorry, Verna posted Deal's website, dealsquails.com/cagekits. What the Quail Farm says, do you think playing music helps the quail to stay calm? It probably would help, at least with like the noise, to kind of help drown out the noise. Our one quail that I said that I think had a heart attack, I think it was probably the lightning that scared him, not so much the thunder, if I had to guess. I'm not sure. Verna says, BRB, gotta get coffee. Yeah, obviously I need some coffee too. But yeah. Cali Quail Keepers, that's just fun to say. Cali Quail Keepers says, I keep putting more and more of my quail off wire and out in the new aviary, loving to see them be free, setting up little cubbies and perch spots. Yeah, I love, like, when we had Jasmine on, like, seeing all her pictures of the aviary and stuff, and, like, the cute, like, little paths and the little, like, huts. Like, I'm like, oh, I want to do that. Like, we totally don't have room. But when we get land, we are having an aviary. And those little birds are going to be spoiled rotten. Like, our breeder quail will always be in the quail barn, just because, like, having the egg rollouts and being able to keep them, like, contained in one area and everything is
clean.
nice and separated. Yeah. Easier to keep track of and whatnot. But I would love to have them in the aviary because they just, I don't know, it's natural. Like, so I think ours are plenty happy because they don't really know what they're missing. But S.L. Swanson said it's better to call Kelly Tickle Trunk when you called her that time. Oh yeah, I called her heifer or something. Or how did that? I didn't, but I said something. What was it? Oh, I can't remember. That was the live we did with her, and it was something. Oh, maybe there was a shirt or something said. I don't know. You guys, my memory is really bad. I'm so sorry. Ed Got Bait says, what the quail farm, they say it soothes the savage beast. And Verna said, but Coturnix do not really perch. What the Quail Farm says, I might try a sturdy, plain, hard rock and one brooder and classic and another and log the results. Yeah, that'd be interesting. My quail definitely like country rap because they don't have much of a choice. Don't judge me. So when I'm out cleaning poop, there is a song by Adam Calhoun, and it's called Clean Money. And it says something about, like, in order to get clean money, you got to get dirty. And if you can't, it's like the perfect song for cleaning quail poop trays. Because when I'm scraping poop, I'm like, yep, it's clean money. Got to get dirty. So it always makes me laugh. I've Got Bait says, and you know how savage quail are. They are savage AF. Steve, what did they call me? I missed it when I went out of the room. No, I think it was during your live when we had the whole tickle trunk thing. I'll have to go back and watch it now. There was something, it's bothering me. Because I wasn't actually calling you anything, but I said it stupid in my typical way. And it made it seem like I was calling you a name. But I would never do that because I love you. There was a weird shadow. That was the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Thurston Stout said, I'm currently giving my quail 28% game bird feed. They are currently just a little over 5 weeks. Is there a certain point I give them anything else, or do I just keep giving them the starter feed? Honestly, it's up to you. We switch them. We do like the 50-50 layer and game bird starter, which is 28% at about 6 weeks, just to kind of help transition them. And then we give them layer feed when they're 8 to 10 weeks, depending on if they're standard or jumbo. And that's just because if you have high protein, you tend to not have as high of calcium, and you can have soft eggs. And obviously, since we're selling hatching eggs, we want them to have good eggs.
See, from the research I've done, most game bird starters are usually only around 1 to 1.5% calcium, and they need a little more than that.
I should do another feed video. I had one. I still have it saved.
Just post it.
I say I should just repost it. It was my video. So, anywho, that's another story. Verna said, looks good, Kristin. Love the waves. Thanks. I didn't straighten it today because I was running behind. Freedom Quail Farm says, I put Timothy grass with mealworms hidden underneath in with the quail during severe windstorms today, and they stayed happy and still laid eggs, thankfully. That's awesome. That's a good idea because it kind of keeps them, they're like, ooh, food, I'm going to hide under here. And then they probably don't even know there's a storm because they're so preoccupied with their treats. And then Callie Quail Keeper says, I just meant places to hop up and chill on. Yes, chill birds are the tastiest birds.
Any bird's tasty.
Yeah, but I feel like if you love them and stuff, like, maybe I just feel like they taste better. Like, I know where they came from. Food that I know where it came from tastes better. I don't know. Jasmine says, my aviary quail love to get up on the hollowed out logs and huge rocks to perch on, not just on small branches. That makes sense. I know when we used to go, and I know like grouse are different than quail, but I mean, they're kind of similar. When we used to go grouse hunting, like if there was ever a stump in the middle of a forest, like there was always a grouse on the stump. Always. Like they love to sit on stumps. And then they do this like weird drumming thing. It's really cool. It's weird. But I haven't gone, man, it's been a long time since I went grouse hunting. Kelly said, we're getting blasted with power outages and major blizzards in Utah. Gross. Not here. Not as scary as tornadoes, though. Yeah. I remember my mom said she was pregnant with me, like super pregnant. And this is when we lived in Colorado. And the power went out, and like they were only plowing the roads very rarely or something, I guess. And power went out, or maybe I was a newborn. It was when I was a newborn. And she was really worried because, like, you know, she couldn't make formula or whatever. And she called the non-emergency, like, sheriff's department number or whatever. And they're like, yeah, just follow a plow out and go to a hotel. Because my dad is a truck driver, an over-the-road truck driver, so he wasn't home. So she was, like, on her own with a newborn, had just had an emergency C-section. Like, oh, my gosh, it sounds awful. It reminds me of when your mom said she carried you up the hill or something with a broken leg.
Oh, when I was
in the snow. Or was that Jessica?
She was pregnant with me with a broken leg because she broke her leg on a snowmobile. And then at the time, they lived on a farm, and the driveway was about a half a mile, I think, or 3/4 of a mile.
From
and they couldn't get in. They couldn't get in because the driveway wasn't plowed yet for my dad, and so yeah, she had to carry my sister
while pregnant
with me
with a broken leg uphill in the snow.
I don't think it was uphill, but
I guess I pictured it being uphill because at that point in the story, like everything that could possibly go wrong, like it had to have been uphill. Like I would have just cried, been like, help. Not really. I mean, like when the time calls for it, moms are their BA. So Freedom Quail Farms. So do you have bunnies too? If so, have your does refuse to breed if she's feeling stressed with the weather change? It's a little bit of a sore subject right now. So we had our mini Rex Bella bred to Henry, our mini Rex buck. She had 7 baby bunnies, 8, and one of them was a fader. We knew it was probably going to die, and it did. And then the one day we went out there And there was a baby bunny hopping around, and it was happy and like fine, whatever. And then the next day we went out, and a bunch of them were like ice cold, a bunch of them were freezing. And this was on Black Friday, so I was at work. I had worked a 14-hour day with no break. And Brandon called me. He's like, you need to buy some kitten replacement milk, because he had brought Bella inside. And I think at that point we had 4 bunnies left or something. I don't even remember.
No, we had 2 good ones, and one was like still like not gonna make it.
Yeah.
So but then yeah, you
I told him to try to give it water, because I was like, it's probably dehydrated, because he said it was like wrinkly. I'm like, it's probably dehydrated. So he tried to give it water, and that was a bad move. And it died before I even got home. And then I brought home some kitten replacement milk, and we tried, the one was like barely hanging on, and I tried to give it kitten replacement milk. And this sounds really awful, but I think I actually like drowned it, which really sucks. So I cried, because I had just worked a 14-hour day with no break, and it was just traumatic losing the rabbit then. And Brandon's like, are you really crying right now? I'm like, yeah, I am. And we had 1 bunny left then overnight, and he was fine. He was hopping around. He was making noises. He was drinking. So I put him in a box with some hay and shavings and stuff and put him in the bathroom. And I woke up the next morning, and my daughter brings him to me, and he was stiff as a board. I have no idea. So I was upset. I'm like, okay, well, maybe mini Rex just shouldn't be outside in the winter, because like all the YouTube channels we watch, like Tiffany from Tealstone Homestead and Chris Carnes from Slightly Redneck, they all breed their meat rabbits and keep them outside, but they're meat rabbits. So I'm like, well, maybe mini Rex can't.
One.
Okay, I'm getting there. This is a saga.
No, I was talking the one other YouTube I watch.
Oh, the Rabbitry Center?
Yeah, I think that's it.
But yeah, they have meat rabbits too. Yeah. But those are meat rabbits. So I was like, well, maybe the fur type in combination with being a small, it's because it's a mini Rex. I'm like, well, maybe that was the problem. Maybe they just can't have babies outside. So then we bought a bred creme d'argent doe, grand champion. I don't know if she's technically grand. She has all the legs to be grand champion, but we still have to send her legs in and whatever. But we bought her bred, and she was 3-ish years old. She was born in April of 2018. 3.5. So she had kits on like the 10th, and she had 3, which was kind of sad, but we're like, okay, she's older, like that's typical, you know. And they seemed fine on Saturday night, and then I went out there Sunday morning, and there was one out on the wire, and now she had actually like had her babies out on the wire. Like she had like fur and stuff down, but they were on the wire, not in the nest box. So I just took everything and put it in the nest box. Well, then I came out Saturday morning or Sunday morning, and one baby was out of the nest box on like bare wire, and I think like it was probably nursing, and then she jumped out, and then even though we have like a little lip on the box, I don't think it got like scraped off, and then it like let go from nursing while it was out. So that one was super cold. The other 2 were fairly cold as well. So I had a towel, and I threw it in the dryer to warm it up, and I was like holding them, and I had the hair dryer, and I was like blowing warm air on them, trying to like, I don't know, thaw them out. And their noses, what? They were really cold. They were like frozen. They were like not moving. They were like hypothermic.
I know, but you weren't thawing. They weren't.
Well, I felt like I was thawing them out. That's what it felt like. And their little noses started turning pink instead of purple, and I was really happy. And then the one we lost, even like I held it and loved it while it died. And then I came home Sunday night, and the other 2 were dead anyways. So we have had 0 success with breeding babies. And I was talking to Tiffany from Tealstone Homestead. And I was like, okay, well, apparently we suck, and I feel guilty, and we had just lost our peacock, and there's a lot of death right now, and it's really sad. Anywho. So, to answer your question, we don't have bunnies right now. We have tried. We do have, so after Bella lost her 8 babies, she would not breed with Henry because if we would have bred her right then, we would have had Christmas Day babies. But she refused to lift for him and she was super angry, which I probably would be too if my babies had just died. Like, I don't blame her. And then we have tried to breed Aurora Borealis, our silver fox, but she had a leg injury and she's kind of young and she won't breed or she won't lift for Galaxy. So we're going to try again probably around end of January or so. But I do want to take Souffle, our creme d'argent buck, and try to breed him with this other one that we had bought bred. We just called her Little Mama. I was trying to call her Cosette, which is a character from Les Miserables. But nobody in my family can say Cosette. Apparently they called her Corset. And
Who said that?
Both of the kids kept calling her Corset instead of Cosette. So I'm like, okay, her name is Little Mama because she's very big. She's not little. So we'll try. We'll try again. But yes, they can refuse to lift. Chris on his show, and then I had also been like texting him and stuff about saying how Aurora wouldn't lift. And he said something, because what you usually do is put the
dough in the buck's cage.
Yep. But then he said what you can do is just house the dough in the buck's cage and put him somewhere else so that she can smell him, like on the hay and food and whatever and the toys, and then try adding him back in to breed with her. And that didn't work either. But Tiffany thinks that it's probably a combination of her recovering from a leg injury as well as being a little young. So yes, we'll try again. And I really hope we're successful because it sucks not being successful. It's very sad. Sorry, that was an extremely long answer. Verna said, when my jumbo wilds molted, they still gave me lots of eggs. Well, you're very lucky and I'm jealous. Mine definitely did not. They were rude. I think they just knew that if they didn't lay eggs, they were going to get to live a little longer because they knew I had an order to fill.
Yeah, they're raptor feet.
Yeah. Jasmine said, Kelly, blizzards and power outages are still really bad. Please be safe. Yeah, it can get cold really fast. So definitely don't take any type of severe weather lightly. All right, S.O. Swanson is swooping in with an answer. Coturnix will molt twice a year due to their high productivity rates. Still doing more research on the triggers. I suspect end of laying season and beginning of next will keep you posted. That would make sense because that seems to be when the chickens molt, and they're basically just little chickens, but cooler. Skynet says, I'm late for class. I'll watch the replay. I have a question. Laser sight or laser level? Why not both? What? I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think we have any laser sights.
For what?
Guns.
I have one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, the sight and gun, but...
Oh, we have a red dot. Would that count? I don't know. We don't have a laser level. We were actually talking about laser engraver. What is that called? To me, it's a combination of a Cricut that meets a 3D printer with a laser.
A Cricut is just a dumbed down version of a CNC machine for...
Fine, you can cut out your own dang...
I could put a knife on my 3D printer and cut it out.
Cut your own drone crap.
I could.
No, I don't want to do it. It makes me feel special. Yeah, why not both? Yeah, why not all of it? All the lasers. Can never have too many lasers, can never have too many quail. Ooh, lasers on quail. That's what's up. Put little laser beams on their head. Freedom Quail Farm says, Jasmine, I just started our channel. I have a video of my favorite quail. She jumps in my hand just to be put in the mealworms bucket to get her own worms. LOL. That's adorable. They have like such cute little characters. Like, especially once you, like, what? You already read it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry. Kelly said, thanks. We're nice and safe and my chicks are old enough. They do okay with the heat lamp. That's good. I'm upset. I've been working on a project and I'm finding out that that's failing too. Jasmine says, definitely we need to talk about raw feeding correctly. Yes. Verna said,
I'm all ears. Just like the cornfield.
Oh my God. I feed Lucy pedigree and raw quail. What the Quail Farm says, I can't believe how healthy quail eggs are for you. Has anyone tried them raw like Rocky?
My dog has.
Yeah, Brooke just posted in Quail in the kid. Oh, I don't know. I think that was about eggs. The nutrition of like chicken versus quail, and I think it was eggs. And Cape said those are going to be some big poops. WTF? Better train it to go in the toilet and how to flush. Yum. Freedom Quail Farm says, yes, my toddler did treat his severe allergies. That's awesome. We just sold live quail to a lady because her daughter is allergic to chicken eggs, I believe. And she had tried quail eggs from just the grocery store, and she did great with them. So she's like, well, I just want to get my own quail. I'm like, okay, done. Yep. I know a place.
Yeah, she made a trip with them home last weekend. Or 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago.
Time blurs together.
Yeah.
The La Rochelle Farm says, I tried giving them to my dog raw, but he took them and dug a hole. So Latte will like.
Oh, she loves them.
Yeah, she plays with them. Yeah. Sometimes she'll crack it and then like lick the stuff out and then eat the eggshell. Sometimes she'll just eat it all at once. I'm not really sure why she does different things, but it keeps her entertained. She really likes, we give her, like, if we don't collect, like, especially his hutch eggs in time and they, like, freeze, she loves those, and those keep her occupied for a while. Freedom Quail Farm says, it's the only thing that's truly made a difference so far. Well, I'm glad you found something that's awesome. The La Rochelle Farm says, apparently my dog likes them cooked with salt and pepper. Verna said, Lucy will try and steal eggs from the rollout cages. Oh boy, what a stinker. Callie Quail Keeper says, I shoot them right in my mouth if I find a cracked one. Raw? What the Quail Farm says, that's awesome. To Freedom Quail Farm. Jasmine said, yes, my WTF fat fees are big mountains. Yes, they are. Chuck says sold out on the website for Pharaohs. I will have to do that. I'm sorry, you guys.
It's not anymore.
Okay, I would say Brandon's over here clicking buttons. So, Verna said, yes, they're on the website. The La Rochelle, or what the Quail Farm says, the La Rochelle Farm, yeah, that's the only way our dogs eat them too, cooked. We have found that our cats and dog only will eat them. They don't like garlic on them at all.
They're allergic to poisons.
Oh, well, that's probably a good thing they don't eat them then. They like salt, though. They like just plain salt on their eggs.
Elvis just likes nothing.
Yeah, he prefers nothing. If he's hungry enough, he'll eat anything, but. Verna says Chuck WTF has them, doesn't say sold out. Probably because Brandon just fixed it. Words are hard.
Probably not by that point.
Oh.
But
Freedom Quail Farm, my dog will steal and eat them whole with shell raw. LOL, she's a little schnauzer. Yep, that sounds like Latte. Jessie Mills says all 5 of our dogs eat raw quail egg on top of their dog food in the morning. They love it and eat the egg first. Yeah, Latte, we weren't sure if it's because she grew up and got like her adult dog coat or what, but she, her fur is like super shiny. It's probably because of the egg, to be honest. Was that thunder?
Yes, dear. That's thunder in the middle of winter.
Oh my god, it's so weird. Thunder, snow. Actually, it's not even snowing because it's like 50 degrees. Well, if we just go bye-bye, that's because the power went out. So
Our power won't go out.
no,
We're good.
I'm knocking on wood because I don't know why he had to say that.
Real wood.
What's this?
Or if you're from the other side of the pond, you say touch wood.
Sounds awfully personal.
That's what they say. I don't know.
Really?
That's what happens when you're working with a lot of people around the world. You learn all these different sayings.
Well, don't they call windshields windscreens too? It's weird.
My car says it's a windscreen. So
just because it's a European car.
Shut up.
Verna said Lucy's my service dog. She eats the whole egg. Lucy is awesome. And then Jesse just said 2 of them eat the shell, 2 of them won't eat the shell. The other one is only 12 weeks old, so he doesn't get the shell yet. Interesting. Verna said she would love to have a couple dozen eggs at a time. Worst that happens is she has speckled poop from the leftover shells. Gross. Freedom Quail Farm says, LOL, mine will steal them the second you set them down and look away or beg for the shells as you're peeling the hard-boiled eggs. That's funny. James says, I'm planning to build an aviary for retired layers and breeders if I can afford it. That'd be awesome. Chuck, I think this guy over here is messaging back to you because I hear him.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry. Jesse loves something.
We're all blurry. I don't know why.
Probably because it's thundering.
There's nothing to do with that. I don't know if you keep bumping this and like losing the connection.
Sorry.
Or if it's me. I don't know.
I'll just blame you. It's your fault.
Because you can't even read the words.
Oh my, it is blurry. I'm sorry, you guys. Well, it's a good thing.
Unless it's just my iPad. Is your phone okay? It must just be my iPad.
It's just your iPad.
Okay.
See, it is your fault.
Time to get a new iPad, I guess.
No. That's not how this works. The La Rochelle Farm says, if you notice chicks with splayed leg, do call right away or give them a little time to see if it corrects. I've never had luck with one making it.
We've only had it happen a couple times, but
it depends on what we're having them for. So if we hatch those out with intentions to be in our breeding program, we call right away, and then those go into the Scooby snack.
We call them anyways. What are you talking about?
Well, right.
We just call them.
Yeah, that's true. If it has splay leg, yes, it does get called at a certain point. I guess it depends on how bad it is. If it's really, really bad. If it doesn't
recover, honestly,
it ends up being a Scooby snack, which is just like, that's what we call like the little chicks that we call, or we know aren't going to make it for raptor food, and they're kind of like little treats. So, yeah. Callie Quill Peepers says, Kristin, I'm with you. I love my country rap. Not alone. Awesome. I feel like such a gangster. Shut up. Leave me alone.
You know, small town girl.
Yeah. Jasmine says, you'll really enjoy watching the quail in an aviary. They're little stress relievers for me. Yeah, they're super cute. And then Brooke said, I just built a greenhouse kit, super easy and pretty cheap. Yeah, it looks awesome too. Like, and I mean, since it's a kit, there's not a whole lot to have to deal with,
I need a greenhouse.
What the Quail Farm says, you have to repair a splay leg right away. Yeah, otherwise sometimes you can't fix it. It kind of probably depends on what causes it. But we're pretty cutthroat here, so we just call.
They don't go to waste.
No, right. So. Yeah, they have. That's the thing, is we're like, okay, well, that was just destined for this. Jennifer Meyer says, love what you do. Early day tomorrow, 5 a.m. Sweet dreams, and I'll stay safe. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night. Freedom Quail Farm says we've done all flock feed for our breeders with omega egg layer supplement added, and they've done really good. No issues with egg, and we save and crush their eggshells and give back free choice. That's awesome. Yeah, that is good. Like if their eggs are fine that way, it's okay to feed them back to them. I have seen people have issues with, like, say their eggs are soft, and then people will feed their eggshells back to them, but the eggshells were already soft so you're just feeding
It's still added
low.
calcium.
It is, like, it probably helps, but it'd be better to just get like oyster shell or something.
They don't eat oyster shell. The quail don't.
They eat the little powder if you powderize it.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Jasmine says, I appreciate you guys sharing the bad experience with all of us. Homestead life is not for the faint of heart. I had a lot of hard losses and a few wins with sick, injured, poisoned, attacked animals. It is hard, especially like when you're an animal lover and you're like, oh my God, this is awful. It is hard. Kelly said, thanks for sharing about the bunnies and the hard parts. I just have to put down my favorite chicken. I haven't cried that hard in a long time. Very difficult and devastating. I'm sorry. I know I saw you had to put her down. And it is hard. Like, you learn to bond with them and stuff, and, you know, it's hard.
I'm reading ahead again. I'm sorry.
Freedom Quail Farm says, thank you for sharing. At least it's not just me. It's LOL. It's hard with some. My doe is 3 years and only had 2 kits. I'm hoping she'll allow us to breed her again and hopefully have a larger litter. Yeah, I think when they get older, they just don't have very big litters, but it's worth a shot. I think where we went wrong with Little Mama was she was older, and I was talking to Tiffany about it, and she said because we don't know when her last litter was before this, we were thinking that maybe it had been a while since she had babies, and sometimes just like new mom does have a hard time like figuring out their mothering instincts. If it's been a while since they've had bunnies, I guess they can have a hard time like remembering what they're supposed to do, kind of like they just don't have that instinct. So we're thinking maybe that's what happened, because we thought it was the cold that got the mini Rex in trouble, and I think maybe that was the case. I don't know. But for Little Mama, we ended up pulling her in the garage when we knew we lost that one, but the other 2 were okay. We pulled her in the garage because it was warmer, and we still lost them. So I think she just wasn't feeding them because they were.
Well, she did go in there once and feed them, but she wasn't in there very long. She was only in there for a few minutes.
Yeah, and maybe they were already gone by then or something, because they were pretty wrinkly when I came home. Ed Gottbait says, LOL, we have a Cricut. I'm guessing it's probably not the kind of Cricut I have, because you have a K in there too. So
no,
I guess he means the bug Cricut, or they have a Cricut.
I'm sure he has a Cricut.
Like my kind of Cricut?
Yes.
I like my Cricut. I have 2 Cricuts. I have sold so many Cricuts at work lately because we have Cricuts now. And everybody's like, Kristin, there's somebody with Cricut questions. Can you come help? So then I'm stuck over there for like hours because I'll be helping one person, and then another person comes over and starts listening. And the first person will go off and buy their thing, but then the second person has more questions, and I'm the Cricut lady at work.
What?
What the Quail Farm? Lasers and Quails sounds like a horror movie.
What I was laughing at.
It does. It sounds so entertaining.
It sounds fun, actually.
It does.
I think it'd be fun to watch them around strapped like lasers on top of their head.
Oh my God, Moonshine would really. Oh my God. You
wouldn't be chasing the quail. You'd be chasing the laser. I could 3D print something and hold them.
Ooh, and then strap a GoPro to the cat.
There you go.
Yes. Ooh.
Good idea.
Stay tuned.
I don't think it'll happen.
I will probably try. I may not, probably will not succeed, but I'm going to try. This is from James. Quail and lasers.
Oh, they're playing with lasers.
Oh, on the YouTube video?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not strapped to them. They're just.
Yeah, he's just.
That's awesome, though.
They're pecking at it.
That does make sense, though, because, as you guys probably know, I have a disco light in my quail barn because my quail are extra. I'm extra, not the quail. but they like sometimes like if a certain light like goes on the wall, like they'll peck at it, like it keeps them entertained. And actually I think that might be part of the reason that they aren't so cannibalistic, because they're so busy looking at the light. But now the light stopped spinning because #Amazon. But you know, it was entertaining for a while. I should look. It probably has a warranty.
What's that?
The disco light.
Tango warranties.
Oh, you void warranties. Graft Branch Homestead is here. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us. Jasmine said, hey, Matt, those little quail are looking great on your homestead. Yes, they're super cute. Harlan Cooper says, hello, everybody. My question is, how do you set the price for your quail, and are you NPIP? Especially if you go to a swap. If you go to a swap, me and are competing for business. How do we set a price? So when we first started setting our prices, somebody gave me the advice to start high because you can always go lower. If you start low, it's going to be really hard to raise your prices. So we followed that. And because there were not very many quail in the area, we felt it was justified, and we felt like they were high quality. So we set the price, and they were selling, and we figured that was good, and we were sold out. So we figured the price must have been right. Yes, we are NPIP. I'm actually a Pelorum tester for the state of Wisconsin. However, I cannot find my pokey stick, and I cannot seem to order a pokey stick, the like little blood draw circle loop sticky thing. Maybe I should try looking somewhere else, because the place that I was going to get it from, it's like always back ordered, which is annoying. And I actually want to test, or have been asked to test for one of my friends that has silkies and chickens, and I've sold her quail. And then also Frank and Laura from F&E Quail Farm, they want me to test theirs, and I can't find a pokey stick. I have the antigen in the fridge here, and it's good through next August. And I have enough to test for both. I just have to get the pokey stick. As far as competing for business, I have learned in the spring, we learned this at this last swap we did. We kept our prices the same as what they were in the spring, and everybody was selling super cheap, not just quail, chickens, rabbits, everything super, super cheap. And we did not lower our prices. So we did good, but we didn't do great, and we didn't sell out, and that made me upset. So lesson learned. As far as competing for business, the very first swap that we went to where we sold out, I knew we were doing something right, because somebody who did have Coturnix quail walked by and was very jealous and not very welcoming of us. And I was like, oh, they're threatened. So that's cool. But honestly, do your own thing. You know what you have. You know your quality. Just show your customers the difference of what you bring to the table. Because honestly, I know, yes, I might charge a little bit more for my quail than Joe down there, but I know the quality of my birds, and I have learned this even from buying chickens. Just because it's cheap doesn't always mean it's better. In fact, it usually means it's not better. That being said, just because it's expensive doesn't always mean that it's great either. But I think that a lot of our customers like us and keep coming back because we, what is the word Cindy used? I ooze enthusiasm, or I ooze passion or something. I was talking about quail, and she's like, you are just like, I can tell you love this. She's like, and that's why people like come back, because I could talk about quail all day. Jasmine says, has anyone used an Archon incubator? We have not. Wait, and then Vernon said, yes, we're NPIP. Yes, we are. Yeah, I should have said, so we're NPIP certified, but then I'm also a tester. And the reason I became a tester is because I could not find anybody to test us, because the database that was online was very old, and everybody had called all their stuff. They said they were either out of antigen or they weren't doing it anymore or whatever. And I was super angry. And I was like, fine, I'll just do it myself. So I did. So the end. Oh, hey, speak of the devil. Frank is here from F&E Quail Farm. Hi. Your ears must have been ringing. Supposedly when your ears ring, that means somebody's talking about you. It can also be a sign of hearing loss, though, so get that checked out. I would know. Harlan Cooper says, Harlan Cooper is in the house from De Pere, Wisconsin. Hey, Zach always mispronounces the names, so we just say Green Bay, Wisconsin. Ha! Hi. All sorts of Wisconsinites here tonight. We have Dale, we have Frank, we have Harlan. That's awesome. I know how to say De Pere and Ashwaubenon and Oconomowoc and Menominee.
Bless you.
Oh my gosh, there are YouTube videos of non-Wisconsinites trying to say some of the Wisconsin town names. And for those of you that don't know, a lot of the town names around here are like Native American names. So like Ashwaubenon, Oconomowoc, like those are all non-like English words. So people from out of state are like, yeah, God bless you. Like, you know, so there's some YouTube videos out there of people trying to say it. It's fun. So Verna said, what's a Cricut? Cricut, the Cricut, is a like a kind of like a CNC machine, like Brandon said. It's basically like a special cutter where you link up your phone, tablet. Actually, they used to be where you just would buy a cartridge and put it in, and you can cut out certain shapes on like cardboard or cardstock or vinyl. Some of these really newer, nicer ones, like the Cricut Maker, you can cut leather and chipboard to make like puzzles and stuff. What? You know what? You just keep your fancy schmancy stuff over there. So there's stuff that has been around a long time that has been able to do all this. However, Cricut has a very big community because it's like the name brand. There's also Silhouette.
They took something that was industrial and made it simple, and
so stupid people
for
like me
the
can
average crafter to do things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is nice because they make it so that anybody can do it. So I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it. So you can keep your judgment over there on that side of the couch. Thank you very much.
Well, I was going to say women, but I mean, I know men that have Cricuts, so.
I'm not going to respond to that.
Well, normally, you see all the videos online and stuff, it's usually women that use Cricuts, but I'm like, well,
there's not many men that I know that, yes, it's mostly women. I'll just keep it at that.
Sorry.
Well, you don't know what I don't want to say what I want to say. I'll say it.
You're fine.
Most of you probably know what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it anyways. Verna said, usually you get what you pay for. Yes, agreed. Usually. You have to be... Brandon's so talkative tonight. Probably because I'm not letting him get a word in.
I've been yelled at too many times and interrupting, so I just sit here quiet.
Anyhow, my blood type is caffeine during the holidays. So I have been drinking caffeine all day, every day. And obviously I still yawn a lot. Basically the caffeine just makes my heart race and I talk a lot. I'm still tired, but it gets me through to the end of the day. And I can't wait for the holidays to be over. It's exhausting. It gets more exhausting the older I get. I don't know if it's because I'm doing it more and I'm just like exhausted from doing it, or if it's I think it's just because I'm getting older, honestly. Jesse says, I sell at swaps too. I've had people buy from me at a higher price than other sellers for two big reasons. First is better quality and looking birds. Second is others wouldn't give advice and care. Exactly.
We don't sell Quail, we sell customer service.
Yep. Pretty much. So one of the only other people that was selling Quail at one of the larger swaps we went to, it wasn't the first one where the people were like weird and rude and whatever, but their birds look like garbage. Like
a lot of the bird,
they were like bald on the back.
Yeah,
they also had,
they're basically their throwaway quail is what it looked like to me.
Yeah. And they had other animals there too. And granted, like I get it, like injuries happen and stuff, but they had other animals, and I won't say what because I don't want to give them away and give them a bad name, but like their other animals were like bleeding and stuff, and I was like, and it wasn't just one or two of them, it was like they were all bleeding, and it wasn't the quail, it was something else, and I was like, if we ever have somebody that gets scalped or something on the way to a swap, like we pull it and we put it aside. Like I'm not going to sell an injured, hurt, defective bird. Like, yeah, it'll probably heal and be just fine, but I don't know. Anywho, Jesse said, can you use a Cricut to cut egg foam mailers? No, but you can use a laser cutter. I love that. Kelly said, what do you use your Cricut for? All sorts of stuff. So I actually used to make...
It sits and collects dust. That's probably what it does.
Says the man that gets stuff all the time from them. And I just don't have a space in our current house, and I'm working on it.
I don't
either.
It's a
slow process. What room are we sitting in right now?
The YouTube studio. I'm just kidding.
Your office. We're surrounded by 3D printers, a computer that is mostly his, but we do kind of share sort of, and his work computer. So he has a space. He bought me a table for my birthday that's upstairs, and right now it just kind of like collects things, and I feel really bad about it. But I got this really cool mouse pad from a friend for Christmas. It's a little corgi butt. I got it from Kelly. And so I am even more, what do I say, excited, not excited, wanting to do it, make a space for my Cricut and computer and all that, kind of make that space my own. So yeah, thank you. But I used to make tumblers with glitter and epoxy, and you scoff at me. I made some really cool stuff. But the thing is with the epoxy tumblers is they had to sit and spin. And when we had a basement at the old place, that was
stink up my basement.
Okay, that was just the one type of epoxy, and it smelled like mildewy, and I didn't use that after it was used up.
All epoxy stinks.
That stuff was like, it smelled like mildew though. It was gross.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, this other stuff just smelled like chemicals. But now we don't have a basement, so it would be where the cats could get to it. And if anybody has cats, glitter plus something messy plus cat equals mess all over your house, basically. So needless to say, I do not make tumblers anymore, because if I were, I would have epoxy glitter cat mess all over my house because I have nowhere to keep the cats away. So yeah, maybe someday I will get back into that. But I make cards and stickers. Like I made a sticker for my mom's car. Yeah, just all sorts of stuff. I haven't done a lot lately because, again, I don't really have much of a space, but I'm working on it, slow and steady. Jasmine says, exactly, Jesse, I will pay for quality and customer care. Ed said, men tend to have plotters. Yep, pretty much. That's because they're too stubborn.
What?
What?
I don't get that.
Requirements. So let your quail speak for themselves and also be willing to help people, and they will reward you with their business. True. I have even had people that haven't bought quail from us come up to us and ask us questions, and I'm just as helpful as somebody who bought from us. And well, no regrets.
I'll talk to anybody about quail.
BRB, need more cup. More? There's no such thing as too much, so I won't judge. Ed got bases, but I'm super crafty, been like that my whole life, lol. Awesome, that's a good thing. And Jasmine said, preach. Amen, Jesse. Jesse said, Jasmine, it amazes me how many people won't answer questions for people. Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's no use to keep, like, obviously you have to keep some stuff to yourself to keep an edge on, but like when it comes to basic care for quail and stuff, why just not share? So I got bait, James. No, I don't think so. Too thick. Talking about cutting the egg foam stuff. I got bait. It says, roll on the floor laughing. That's my fault. Yep, it sure is. Adirondack Quail Farm. That's a cool. Yeah, Adirondack Quail Farm. Do you sell celadon eggs, and how many generations do they stay blue? Good question. Yes, we do sell celadon eggs. We sometimes call them cellies just because it's fun, and we're weird. And How many generations they say blue? They should, well, it depends on how you're breeding. So if they're homozygous for the Celadon gene, which just means both the parents have it, we can just go forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, as long as they're always homozygous. If they're heterozygous, meaning only one parent has a copy of Celadon, that means that that bird may not necessarily lay a blue egg, and then their offspring may not, probably won't, depending on how you're breeding, also lay a blue egg. So they can, but they don't always do. It depends on how you're breeding and your record keeping. That's a good question. Jasmine says, me too, I don't understand it. I have tried to purchase from local farmers for hatching eggs and always come back to small businesses online like WTF and MyShare because they actually care about help. Aww.
Helping their customers succeed in their endeavors.
Oh, okay, fine. Sorry. Helping their customers succeed in their endeavors. Thank you. Both of you. Harlan Cooper says, the reason I ask the question is because living on the Oneida Reservation, these guards are really tough. They are even tougher than the DNR, and I have to give a presentation to the council. All about being like NPIP and stuff, or like setting pricing. Because I think that was you, right?
Keeping the quail.
About keeping quail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'd be curious to what they want to know. I guess they might be. I could understand that they might be kind of protective of their land and stuff, especially because, I mean, even here, if you let a Coturnix loose and the DNR finds out about it, which would be annoying because it happens. It does. It happens. I'm sorry. Because they are not local naturally to the area, you can actually get in a lot of trouble for it, which is why if you have like bob whites or pheasants or something, or like ringneck pheasants, for instance, you have to have the DNR come in and check and make sure that they're staying separate. Because, like, for instance, if you have domesticated birds that might potentially have some type of disease or whatever, and then they go breed with a wild one, and then all of a sudden it's all over the state of Wisconsin, the Midwest, and you're going to have issues. So I guess I could understand where the reservation would be a little bit more protective of what is coming onto the reservation. And I'll be honest, I don't have much knowledge about. It makes sense that they have different like requirements and stuff, but I honestly don't know much about it. But if you want to reach out, like if you have questions or something, I wouldn't mind helping in any way that I can. Yeah. Kelly says, I'm going to get some hubby snuggles in and pass out. Night, y'all. Thanks for all the answers. I learn more every week. Mwah. Good night. See you later, alligator. Verna says, Jasmine, that's because most locals are afraid you will cut into their business, whereas others are glad you are trying to become more self-sufficient. Exactly. Honestly, there's a lot of, everybody gets into quail maybe for different reasons and stuff, and I get that. You do you. Our mission and what we want to do is make sure people are self-sufficient. We want to show why quail are amazing. Like, I started with chickens, and I have always said that they're like the gateway animal, and like, I'll never go back on that. They really are, because if I didn't have chickens, I would have probably never gotten into quail. Then again, like, I don't know, I really think my grandma had a lot to do with it, subliminally or whatever, but yeah, I really think that they're good for everybody, and I think everybody should have quail, period. Like, or at least give it a try. Like, I understand maybe they're not right for everybody, but I really think they could be. And yeah, you might have to change your setup or what you're doing and whatever, but I think everybody should have quail, and I really want to share that. So some people want to get into certain varieties or whatever, and that's fine too, but that's not what we're about. We're about high quality, self-sufficient birds that are pretty and healthy. That probably pretty much sums it up, and helping people be successful. The end. Jesse says, Jasmine, I agree. I've even answered questions at slots for people that bought from others. Yeah. To me, it's more about the animal getting the proper care than who they bought from. Yes, I agree. I think we're all on the same level here. So that's awesome. And that's what I love about this community, specifically, like, a lot of us are, like, we interact with each other a lot and stuff. And I think we all have a very similar mindset. So I love surrounding myself with these wonderful people. Verna posted our email, so you can reach out to us if you have any questions, want to place an order, whatever. Otis says, I always talk with other Quail people at my swaps. Yeah, and you can learn a lot from people, just like on these lives and stuff. You can learn a lot from other folks. So why not? Why keep all that knowledge to yourself, you know? For instance, only animal that you can have a lot and raise in an apartment. Yeah, agreed. Quail. Jasmine says, thanks for sharing your time with us, Kristin, Brandon, and Mods, Verna, and Ed. Enjoy spending my evenings with y'all and fellow Quail fam. Thanks. Thanks for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. James says, Harlan Cooper, contact me and I can probably help you with your presentation. 20 years experience, thousands of presentations. That's awesome. That's very nice of you. Yeah. Anything that we can do to help you be successful, you have a lot of people in your corner. So I'd imagine, I know Dale has more problems with his ducks and stuff, but he's been to a few council meetings and stuff too to fight his battle. So he may have some pointers for you too, Dale from Dale's Quails. So okay, we will wrap it up. It's been 2 hours. Thank you for everybody that stuck around, everybody that hopped on, even if it was just for a little bit. We really appreciate it. So again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share our videos. Next week we will have a couple surprises for you. And just wait, I'm behind because this one over here is
what?
Well, what do you want to do?
Okay,
well, stay tuned. We will have some exciting stuff coming up. It probably will get announced before our show next week. We don't know when exactly. We're working with some other people on it. But anywho, stay tuned, like, subscribe. Thanks for coming, and have a good night. Bye.